The Fitbit Versa Original, Versa Lite, and Versa 2, what is the difference? In this video, I'm going to explain the difference between these beautiful beasties so that you guys know which one is best for you and your lifestyle. Whether it's notifications, Spotify, fitness, or a built-in microphone, we're going to go through it all, so this is the ultimate comparison. Let's get into it. Okay, so starting off with the Versa range, to the left we have the original, in the middle we have the Fitbit Versa Lite, and on the right hand side the Fitbit Versa 2. The original is actually the first Fitbit Versa that was ever launched, so I'll refer to this one as the original, and then the Lite was launched second, and finally the Versa 2 is the most recent launch from them. To make matters slightly confusing, Fitbit also released a Versa Original Special Edition and a Versa 2 Special Edition, but we're not going to go too much into that simply because the difference usually is that you get a limited edition band and 3 free months of Fitbit Premium. So of course, if you're considering buying a Fitbit Versa, always take a look at the box because it'll have all the information on there that you need with regards to it being a special edition or not. But all that being said, let's get into the main differences. So when it comes to the look and design of the Fitbit Versa range, as you can see, they all look pretty identical. Although there are some slight differences, they all have Gorilla Glass, an aluminium body, a left-hand side button, and interchangeable straps. So talking about those slight differences, you will see those mainly in the Versa 2 because the original and the Lite have the exact same design. The only difference there is that the original has 2 additional buttons on the right-hand side. I must admit I quite enjoyed those buttons, but when it came to the Lite, they just removed those and that's it. And when it comes to the Versa 2, it is slightly bigger and also doesn't have buttons on the right hand side. You will also see that the original and Lite have a Fitbit logo on the front, but the Versa 2 does not. When it comes to the back, again, you will see the biggest difference here, as the original and Lite have the exact same heart rate monitor, but the Versa 2 has a far more comfortable design actually. One thing I absolutely love that Fitbit did, and I must applaud them for this, was that they made the straps identical and interchangeable for all the Versas, i.e. you can use the strap from your Versa 2 for your Versa Lite or your original. No matter what, you can change the straps because they are not specific to each model. I also love how easy it is to change the straps. There's just this little mechanism that you pull on, and just like that it releases the strap, and then likewise you pull it to pop the strap in. There are also so many different straps available to choose from online, so I'll have some links down below to my favorite ones. Now this one may not be as obvious to the human eye, but there is a difference in displays. So the original and Lite have the exact same LCD display, there is no difference there, but the Versa 2 has an AMOLED display. And this is a big deal because not only does it make the colors look a lot more vibrant and make the display a lot brighter, but it also saves hugely on the battery, which, let's not lie, is always a plus. What makes the AMOLED display so nice is you can barely see where the bezels and the display meet. However, on the original and the Lite, you can kind of see a bit of a border, if that makes sense. But you can still change a bunch of settings when it comes to the display on all the Versas, and as you can see, no matter what the lighting condition, whether you be inside or outside, you can always easily see the displays on all the Versa models. On to some main features, and first up, what's really cool is no matter what device you have, whether it's iPhone or Android, you will be able to connect your Fitbit Versa. So once everything is hooked up and connected to your device, you can of course change the clock faces, and there are so many different ones to choose from. What's also nice is once you've actually decided on a clock face, you can sometimes even customize them further by choosing different colors, just like this. So there are so many different ones to choose from, and it's actually a lot of fun. You can really personalize your watch, so definitely check out all the different clock faces. Then there are a bunch of different applications you can choose to upload to your watch. It's literally like a Play Store but for Fitbit, and is so epic. Of course, the heart rate tracking is available across all the Versas, and you get so much information when you actually go into the app and check it out. out. You can receive and decline calls from all of them, as well as receive message notifications. The exercise tracking is also available on all the Versas. So once you've finished exercising and you're all sweaty, you can hop onto the Fitbit Versa app and check out all the information and stats during your exercise. Sleep tracking is another epic one where you can see how well you slept throughout the night, how much deep sleep you had, how much REM sleep you had. It's super interesting. And then you can actually get a Spotify controller on your watch. It's just slightly different depending on which model you have. So you get a native Spotify app that Fitbit designed, or this one called HR for Spotify. Either way, you just install these and then you can control your Spotify music from your watch. Pretty cool. So moving on to the differences in features depending on what model you get. With the original, you get NFC payments, a coach feature, music storage, lap and calorie tracking, as well as swim tracking. However, none of these are available on the Lite model, and that is why it is called the Lite model. You're obviously getting a little bit less than the original. But if those are some things you can live without, then the Lite is still a great option for you. Then, an important thing to note is that the Versa 2 can do all of those things previously mentioned, but on top of that, the Versa 2 also comes with all of these epic features, but unfortunately the original and Lite do not have these features. So it can be a little bit confusing, so just take your time when deciding on which model is best for you. But at the end of the day, the Versa 2 definitely does have the most features out of all of them, then the original with the second most amount of features, and finally the Lite last. Moving on to the size and chatting about the differences between these. As previously mentioned, the original and Lite are the exact same when it comes to design and also the size. So the screen size is roughly 24mm by 24mm, but then the Versa 2 comes in with a 1mm difference of 25mm by 25mm. So it is slightly bigger than the original and the Lite by literally only 1mm. I will say though, without having that Fitbit logo on the front, it does make the display look so much bigger and better. So I'm glad they actually decided to take that out. And then the thickness, the Versa 2 is slightly thicker, but really not by much. So at the end of the day, there's really not a massive difference when it comes to the size, maybe a bit with the thickness, and also let's not forget that 1 extra mil on the screen. Moving on to the battery, and from the original and Lite Versas, you can expect roughly about 4 days of use, and then with the Versa 2, you can expect up to 6 days of use, as well as an always-on display because the battery is optimized thanks to that AMOLED display. Then onto the charging cradles, and possibly one of the most frustrating things for me when it comes to these Fitbit Versas. My original came with a cable that comes out the top of the charging cradle. However, since then, they have changed the cable to come directly out of the bottom of the charging cradle. It is really frustrating because it doesn't sit flat on a surface. So I went onto Amazon to look for other charging options, and I found this amazing one that does not present any of those issues, and honestly I could not be happier. I also feel like this one charges my watch faster for some reason. I'm not sure why, but anyway, I'll have a link down below if any of you guys are interested, because man, those cradles are frustrating. Then finally onto some other features that once again work across all the Versa models. And first up is the weather, which is super nifty. You can check out what the temperature is going to be for the whole week ahead, which is so cool. You can also access the Relax app and just take a 5-minute breather if ever you're just a bit stressed and you need a timeout. This is such a cool little app to do that with. And then they are also all water resistant, so whether you want to swim, take a bath, take a shower, swim in the sea, no matter what, if you submerge these underwater, they're going to be a-okay, which is epic. The heart rate monitors also track your heart rate continuously throughout the day, which is really cool no matter what model you have. So as long as your watch is on your wrist and that bad boy makes connection with your skin, it'll track your heart rate. And then as previously mentioned, you can head on over back to the app and check out what your heart rate was throughout the day. These Fitbit Versa watches are honestly an incredible range, and I have used every single one of these watches for months at a time, and I could not be happier. I've also done an individual review on each and every one of these watches, so I'll have links to those videos down below in case you want to check those out. But I really hope this video helped you guys understand the difference between these three so that you can decide which one is best for you. If you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to like and subscribe, or you can check out some of my other Fitbit videos right over here, but I will see you in the next one. Toodles!